House of the Dragon Season 2, New Episode 7 Preview. With the loss of 4 dragons, Rhaeira's only advantage was fading. Luckily for her, over the centuries, House Targaryen had spilled more than blood on Dragonstone. She promised gold and title to any of the Targaryen bastards who could tame the 6 unclaimed dragons on the island. These bastards were called the Dragon Seeds, though most were called Supper. Perhaps the dragons were eventually sated or bored, but 4 of them accepted riders and were enlisted in Rhaeira's cause. The Realm, do you know what the Realm is? It's the 1,000 blades of Aegon's enemies, a story we agree to tell each other over and over till we forget that it's a lie. In this video, I want to go over all of the major events that will happen in the next episode. House of the Dragon's 2nd season is about to get very exciting. Now that we're only 1 episode away from the finale, we are about to see a lot of dragons in these final episodes. Now, the outline says Adam of Hull and Rhaeira will share a scene on Dragonstone. Now that Adam has sea smoke, he will swear allegiance to Rhaeira. We've already seen a glimpse of this in HBO's videos. I am making this video right before they release episode 6, therefore I haven't seen Adam ride sea smoke yet. I've been wondering how they would do this scene ever since Laenor faked his death at the end of last season. So long as Laenor is still alive, his dragon should not be able to bond with another rider. Now that there's so much focus on the dragons, I'm hoping there will be some mention of how Adam and Sea Smoke are able to form their relationship. Should we assume Laenor is actually dead, or is Sea Smoke able to get a new rider now that his last one is so far away? I am interested in seeing how they do this scene. We will see Rhaeira and her son Jace find other riders for the dragons on Dragonstone. It says they're going to show them how to get on the dragons. It should be a highlight of the episode, considering everything that happened during this scene in Fire and Blood. I want to go over what it actually says in Fire and Blood. That way you know exactly how this scene should have been done. It says Jace said any man who could master a dragon would be granted lands and riches and dubbed a knight. His sons would be ennobled, his daughters would be married off to lords, and he himself would have the honor of fighting alongside the Prince of Dragonstone. Now this is where they ran into an issue. Not all of those who came forward were dragon seeds, nor even the sons or grandsons of dragon seeds. Some of them did not share the blood with a Targaryen. In fact, some of Rhaeira's own household guards offered themselves as dragon riders, most notably Sir Steffon Darklyn, along with sailors, men-at-arms, mummers, and some of her maids. Now, this moment in Westerosi history is known as the Sowing of the Seeds, although many would refer to it as the Red Sowing after so many men had died. You see, dragons are not horses. They do not easily accept men onto their backs, and when angered or if they feel someone is a threat, they will attack. It says at least 16 men lost their lives while trying to ride the dragons. Almost 50 men were either burned or maimed. It says Sir Steffon Darklyn was burned alive after he tried to mount Sea Smoke. Then Lord Massey suffered the same fate when he was approaching Vermax. There was also a man known as Silver Dennis, who lost an arm after Sheepstealer ripped it off. As his sons were helping him with the injury, the cannibal descended on them and devoured the father and sons alike. Sea Smoke, Vermax, and Silverwing were more accepting of new riders, given that they had once been ridden before. Vermax, who was once Jace's own dragon, bent his neck to a blacksmith bastard who we all know as Hugh the Hammer. Silverwing, who was once Alysanne's dragon, bent her neck to a man known as Ulf the White. In Fire and Blood, Adam of Hull becomes Adam Valerion after he mounts Sea Smoke. As you already know, Adam and Alan are the bastard sons of Lord Corlys Valerion. The man who was once a bastard is now a dragon-riding Valerion who is heir to Driftmark. Not bad if you ask me. Now the Red Sowing was not over. It was about to get much worse. Dragonstone's 3 wild dragons were less easily mounted, yet attempts were made all the same. Sheepstealer, who was a notably ugly dragon, was known to swoop down on shepherds' flocks from Driftmark to the Vendwater. He seldom hurt the shepherds unless they interfered, but he had been known to devour the occasional sheepdog. Grey Ghost lived on a smoking vent high on the eastern side of the Dragonmont. It said that he liked fish and was most often seen flying low over the narrow sea, snatching food from the water. He was a notably shy dragon who avoided men and their works for years at a time. Now the largest and oldest of the three dragons was the Cannibal. He was given that name because he had been known to feed on the bodies of dead dragons and descend on the hatcheries of Dragonstone. The Cannibal made his lair on Dragonstone even before the coming of the Targaryens, according to some of the small folk. It's said that the Cannibal's lair was littered with the bones of men who had once tried to ride the dragon. None of the dragon seeds were foolish enough to disturb the Cannibal. Some of them sought out Grey Ghost, but could not find him, for he was ever the elusive dragon. Now, Sheepstealer was much easier to flush out, but he remained a vicious dragon who killed a lot of the dragon seeds. Most of the men who tried to get on his back would end up in his belly. Even Alan of Hull tried to ride Sheepstealer. He would have died if it wasn't for his brother Adam saving his life. Eventually, Sheepstealer did bond with a girl who delivered him a freshly slaughtered sheep every morning. In Fire and Blood, the girl who ended up riding Sheepstealer was known as Nettles. According to the outline, Nettles will not be in House of the Dragon. It seems they have given her story to Rhaena in the Vale. Although many lives were lost, Jace did find 4 new dragon riders for his mother. The outline says Rhaena had a stunt double for the episode. I'm assuming she must be very active during the dragon seed scene. Remember, it says Jace showed them how to mount the dragons. It also says Alicent will go for a swim at a lake in the woods. It looks like this will be some sort of emotional release. Now, it doesn't say how she got there or why she left the city. Maybe she found some way to leave after the riots. As we all know, the city is very unstable right now. Aegon and his family will remain in danger for the foreseeable future. In this next episode, we will see Daemon survey the army he has gathered at Harrenhal. It will be made up of the men from houses Darry, Mallister, Vance, Bracken, the Blackwoods, and many more. I hope this means Daemon will be leaving soon. I've already seen more than enough hallucinations for one season. Now, by the end of this season, Daemon will have their army, and Rhaena will have their dragon riders. The Dance of the Dragons is about to accelerate. After all of these alliances are made, there will be another scene involving Sir Otto, but I don't know if it will be in Episode 6 later this evening or Episode 7 next week. The High Council of the Triarchy will accept Sir Otto's offer of alliance by sending 90 ships into the Gullet. They will finally have an answer for House Valyrian's blockade, resulting in one of the bloodiest sea battles in Westerosi history. Now, according to House of the Dragon's writers and showrunner, we shouldn't see the Battle of the Gullet until next season. The Sea Snake will basically remain absent from the show until then. Unfortunately, the outline doesn't say much about this episode, so I hope that means there will be a heavy focus on the sowing of the seeds. I would love to see all 3 wild dragons as well. Let me know what you think about this episode. There is a lot to discuss, so leave it all down below. I will make another video this week after HBO releases their official photos. Once again, I would like to thank all of you for watching another video. I hope all of you have a great day. I will see you again very soon. Bye!